December 29th, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 2. Oh yes. Glorious HD.
Your Honor, get on with it.
Oh, sorry. I just realized that we are in HD right now. I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Jones. So? Well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor. He does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think anyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly. I wonder if that is to our advantage. Ms. Von Karma, the opening statement, if you please.
I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Eh?
That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count. Do you hear me? And same goes for you too, bonehead. I hope you're prepared for another round of bone-crushing pain.
As lovely as always, Fanny. As lovely as always. She must still be upset about what happened last time. Upset? She crushed my bones last time. I was thinking that she'd be a little more happy than that.
You have no chance. Zero. Zilch. Nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are.
Me? Guilty? Oh.
It will be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like it will bring her dad back. There. Opening statement complete. Now, let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time.
Very well. You may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma.
Detective Dick Gumshoe. Get up there. Now!
What up, Gumshoe?
Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective.
Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this.
Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question.
At your service, sir. By the way, Gumshoe, I am aware that you have been whipped a lot this month because of Francesca. And, well, I really don't want you to be sad and stressed out because of this.
That's why I brought you... poof! Tickets to a magic show! You, me, Nick, Maya, Pearls, all together.
No, wait, hold on. These are my shopping coupons. Well, hold on a second.
Where the hell are my magic tickets?
Alright, Detective. You may proceed with your testimony. Alright. We are seeing the courtroom in its full glorious HD. Which, you know, seeing Phoenix and Francesca and Gumshoe and all that, you know, like this, I'm really liking it. Like I said, I do like the HD sprites in this. However, I don't know, the judge, however, rubs me the wrong way in this. I still cannot put my finger on it. Like, the judge feels a lot more different than the DS sprites. Then there is a comparison between, say, Phoenix and his DS sprites. They look right. It's just that the judge's sprites to me look very different in comparison to the DS sprites. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm seeing this whole thing on the entire screen right now. Whereas when I was doing the DS version, I was looking at half the screen because the left half of the screen was this, and the other half on the right was just the button press for me to move forward. But I don't know. That's my whole thing on this. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All the circus performers were gathered in a big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up at around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. I see. He was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. A blunt object. Alright, well, let me see about this. This is still gonna take me some time to get used to. Time of death 10:15 p.m. Cause blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. Ah, whoops. My bad. Let me just press this one first. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about an inch and a half was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. The snow. Let me see. There's gotta be more to this.
Eh? What's the matter, Nick?
I need to take a look at the court record. Okay, let's take a good look at the court record. At what exactly? Maybe this? Yep. That's snow. That is snow, alright. Okay. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? All the circus performers were gathering in the big top to practice their routines. Oh, goddammit. I forgot to do... I'm forgetting to press over here. It has been a while. When they say all the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and the staff were there. Regina the Animal Tamer, Mo the Clown, Ben the Ventriloquist, and of course, the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the Ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot. Regent the Tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after this proceedings. You are welcome to file a report after these proceedings. Yeah, surely. I mean, it's not gonna cost you anything, right? After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent, while Mo went back to his room tired from work. Ben the Ventriloquist went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. The Ringmaster and Max went off to the Ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? Since they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. Maybe, why I've been missing before? Because before I had to press on the right side of the screen. And when I am pressing the right side of the screen, it probably goes forward, but instead I have to press a button over here. So I have to get used to that. Like, on screen. Like, off screen when I was doing the first trial, it wasn't that much of a big of a deal, but I guess I still have to get used to it. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m. Because, my mindset during a recording session is radically different in comparison to how I'm thinking outside, like off screen. Okay. No problem, pal. I got a witness that would told us...
This is totally meaningless. Time to move on.
Hiding the white dove under the hat, Fanny. Am I right? I mean, you couldn't be more obvious than that. Alright. We'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. Ah, goddammit! I apologize, ladies and gents. A wooden box? That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? The wooden box was locked. The victim was hunched over this 20-pound box. It boasts a small but strong lock. This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. Let's ask about the wooden box first. Cause something tells me that we're gonna have to revisit this testimony like multiple times. This wooden box, you figured it weighs about 20 pounds, right? Sounds about right. The whole thing is lined with iron. Iron plating? Why do you think it's lined with iron? I figured they just did it to make it.
I think we could all do without your guesses, detective. Stick to what little you actually know.
Sorry. Okay, you know what? This is gonna eat my soul throughout the entirety of this trial if I don't figure out where I left the magic tickets. I mean, let me try this again. Let's see. No. No. No.
How unexpected.
Suffice it to say, the box is really heavy.
Much better. You may continue on, detective.
The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. Okay, there you go. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You done your homework, pal. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you?
The police are searching for it as we speak.
So no murder weapon found at the scene of the crime. It just... poof! It magically disappeared after the murder happened. My theory is that it is something the perpetrator ran off with. You would think so. Especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No. I bet he made it disappear with magic. Yeah, see? Gumshoe knows what he's talking about here. They used magic. We only need to find a killer who is capable of making objects disappear, like a mage. On second thought, maybe it wasn't magic this time around.
There wasn't much that we could go after Gumshoe with this time.
He gave us the facts, as he saw them. But there's gotta be more to this.
I didn't see anything. But that's why you're the lawyer and I'm the medium.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, well, let me see. Where was the statement over here where we could choose, like, multiple options? I think it was this, about the wooden box. Let me go back and see about choosing some other options so that we can learn some more stuff. About the lock? You said the box was locked. How exactly was it locked? Well, it certainly wasn't based on a fingerprint system, pal. Yeah, quite a sturdy lock on it. It took quite a bit to open that bad boy up. So, when you found the box, it was locked, correct? Yeah, yes it was. So the forensics team took it back to the precinct to crack it open. I see. Continue, Detective Gumshoe. I guess that's why we're gonna have to ask about the contents of the box, aren't we? Let's see. I mean, you surely must have found something inside it. About the contents. Do you mind telling us what was inside that box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So he took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. One tiny bottle, that's it? Bottle? What is that, Detective? It surely looks like it holds magic powder. Definitely not salt, which is usually used for protection and purification. And it draws power, like magical power from the moon.
The moon!
Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper.
Pepper.
Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box? There was only one little bottle in that huge box? Oh, well, like I'm telling you, it must be magical powder of some sorts. Like, secretly it is pepper, but it's actually magic powder. I mean, why else would you hide like such a tiny little bottle of pepper inside a huge box? You tell me. It has the power to destroy the entire road.
I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning.
Found inside the wooden box, the victim was hunched over. It contains pepper. Oh, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. Where the hell did I leave my magic tickets? This is just gonna eat me up inside, like a lot. No. No.
Ne?
No. She always likes to do that, by the way. Hey! My old Nintendo DS! I thought I lost it for good. Now I can play some more Ace Attorney on this. I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case.
You mean all we're gonna get out of him is that little ball of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with Detective, I'd like to call my next witness.
Huh? I'm not even off the stand yet.
Obviously. But that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint.
I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. As you have clearly shown before, Gumshoe. Ah, man. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Ms. Von Karma, call your next witness.
I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand.
She must be talking about Ben, the ventriloquist. I mean, who else? The puppet? The puppet only?
I wonder Trilo will show up on the stand as well. Please state your name and occupation for the record.
My full name is Trilo Quist. I'm employed as an operatic tenor.
Excuse me? The witness called to the stand. The witness called to the stand was. The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist.
That room must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine. I'll grace you with a song.
Oh, please don't.
The role of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decided by a judge, dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think?
He had a good rhythm.
It's just the lyrics. You know, they leave something to be desired, so to speak. Indeed. Trilo, you know better than to insult a judge.
Shut up! Just look at your nose. You would think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly, I have to punch you in the face, on the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star.
Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds.
Nah. I can already agree with that. Cause if that were to be true, then half of the actors at Hollywood would be known for watching hentai. What's going on here? Order! Order! I demand to know who the witness is. Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trilo handle this. I'm not worried about you one bit.
You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now, let's proceed.
You're such an impatient woman, Franny.
Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. The clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max, heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that pug not be the killer? Then the police showed up, took Magic Boy away.
You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene? You're sure of that?
Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can he mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high?
That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown.
That's right, dress boy.
Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean that the clown committed the crime? He's got a point.
What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown cannot be the culprit.
Why is that?
Here's absolute proof.
Silk hat?
This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Oh. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene.
Unless the clown put that hat there to make us think it was Max that got there and killed Russell. Well done, Ms. Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done.
Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Yeah. Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say?
Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. Well, one thing I can say is that If she wasn't the prosecutor trying to lead us in the wrong direction, she would be considered the most close-minded person in existence.
Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I'm in the cloud.
Okay, let me just press this one first. The clown. You're talking about Mo?
Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to kneeling well for good. Yeah.
Good old yeah.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy's ahead of the park. That guy's ahead of the pack.
Then what happened?
Once I got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance.
Why the plaza's entrance?
To do some thinking, of course.
It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all that snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinkings as a witness.
But I'm a good flunker. At least my teachers always said I was. That is such a weird word. I know that it exists. I know I've heard of it before. It's just that when it's said out loud, it kind of makes you feel so weird. I don't know why. It doesn't... I cannot put my finger on it. Why? You're such a good funker.
That's when I saw Max, heading towards the scene of the crime.
I mean, if you're such a good funker, then how come you still haven't read any of the law books in your office, Nick? Are you sure it was really Max Galactica?
Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing up such a snobby three-piece getup?
Snobby three-piece getup?
Get that wax out of your ears. Not yours nowadays. You're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez, could it be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you.
Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions.
At this point in time, Maya, after so many cases together, I doubt that. We are always gonna prematurely press the witness on everything, like right now. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo?
That's right. And that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night.
That makes quite a bit of sense. And makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to the story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? So you only saw Max? So you saw Max only? Are you sure about that? That's a bit strange, don't you think? I mean, are you sure you haven't seen someone else in that direction? Like, say, Russell? I mean, you just came from the lodging house, so...
What strange?
That you only saw Max. Doesn't it sound like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright?